Hello class, my name is Tara Spencer and I chose to do my case study on Cyrus Smith. The case overview: Cyrus presents as a nonverbal 4-year-old. Parents approached the pediatrician with concerns that he was not developing typically compared to peers and that something was not right. Cyrus was then referred to our multidisciplinary team for further evaluation. Step 1 was to identify the problem behavior, and this includes creating an observable and measurable behavior definition, including onset and offset time. Step 2 was to conduct an FBA and collect data accordingly, and we determined that the 2 antecedent triggers for his tantrum behavior were transitions, which the hypothesized function was escape, with high severity, and access to tangibles with moderate severity. Step 2 was to evaluate the indirect assessment results and take the FBA data. The data from our FBA determined that on average, Cyrus engaged in tantrum behavior for 8.5 minutes per occurrence. Here's a visual representation of that FBA data, and you can see that it represents a strong relationship between denied access and escape as a function of Cyrus's tantrum behavior. Step 4 was to conduct a formal assessment. Typically, insurance requires that you use specific assessments that would qualify your client for insurance approval to cover services. To my knowledge, the ESDM is an assessment tool that must be used with other assessment tools like VB-MAP, ABLES, PEAK, AFLS. I chose to use the ESDM assessment with Cyrus due to his age, and the ESDM typically targets more preschool age children and appropriate skills targeting that age. Step 5 was to create a BSP and determine clinical recommendations. To the right, you can see the BSP, including important need-to-know information surrounding communication, toileting, and feeding skills, and preferred reinforcing items and activities. This information provides the technician or the BCBA working with the child a base foundation of information so that they can work on building rapport with the client prior to implementing programming. Also is listed the behavior, how it will be tracked, onset, offset, hypothesized function, and specific antecedent strategies. To the left side of the screen, you can see the specific detail for how the units will be divided. My clinical recommendation was that Cyrus receive 25 hours a week of ABA services. Overall, this project was very similar to what I do on a daily basis in my current clinical setting. Typically, our treatment plans are significantly longer than this project, so it was a bit of a challenge to make sure that I condensed the information for the purpose of this course, but I did enjoy the assignment as it related to real-life scenarios. Best of luck with your presentations, and thank you for watching. Here are my references for the assignment, including the functional assessment form that Dr. Bundy provided us earlier in the semester, and the Early Start Denver Model Assessment Curriculum.